I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about Joe Biden being an incompetent president. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. And if you would like to make a donation, go to Cash App Black Site 7 or hit PayPal in the description box. Joe Biden has proven over the last 8 months that he's an incompetent president. You have seen over the last 2 weeks in Afghanistan his incompetence. His national security staff, defense secretary, secretary of state has not been able to put together a plan for the United States withdrawal of troops and citizens from Afghanistan. It has turned into a national dumpster fire. We just saw 13 servicemen killed yesterday because Joe Biden decided to trust the Taliban as security at the gates. But it goes farther than that. When Joe Biden put his hand on the Bible and became president, he knew the deal was signed by President Trump, and at any time as president, you can change a deal. You saw him change the climate change accord. You saw him change the Iranian nuclear deal. You saw him change the border. But he decided to stay with a deadline, his new deadline of August 31st, that he knew he wasn't prepared for. And the intelligence told him that this would possibly happen. But Joe Biden went along, and you see the catastrophe that we're seeing in Afghanistan. There is possibly American citizens who will be left behind the lines. They possibly have approximately 24 hours to get citizens out because you need about 3 days for the United States military to pull up and leave. So there will be citizens left in Afghanistan, and you will possibly need private security or negotiations with the Taliban to get the rest out. That is truly unacceptable in America, but not for Joe Biden. Joe Biden has shown his incompetence ever since he walked into the White House. The first day, he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, in which thousands of workers lost their job, in which would make the United States independent of oil from the Middle East. But he also gave the okay for the Russian pipeline that will send oil and gas into Europe as a competitor of the United States. So the United States is now more dependent on the Middle East and Russia for oil. And now you're seeing gas prices spike all over America. Joe Biden's economy, when it comes to inflation, is hitting every American in their pocket. When you try and buy a pack of bacon, beef, or any meats in America, the prices are extremely high. When you saw your grocery bill that used to be $200, $250, go to $325 or $350. You have seen his incompetence at the border, in which we have over 1 million illegal migrants coming over the border in the past 8 months. And it's expected that we may have 2 million more illegal migrants in America. They go to cities and drain resources from American citizens who pay taxes in America. And many of them, about 1/5 of them, are coming in with COVID-19 through Texas. And you see the spike in Texas that he's actually complaining about, because most of the migrants go into Texas or they're shipped out to other cities in the country. His incompetence is at an all-time high, and even the mainstream media can't cover up from his incompetence. Joe Biden is presiding over a crime wave like we have never seen in a long time. Major American cities are catching hell what's going on in the streets at night. If you happen to live in a major city or a suburb outside of a city, you have seen some deplorable crimes happen in your city or town or suburb. And Joe Biden is the president of the United States. Yesterday, when he was doing his news conference on Afghanistan and the 13 servicemen who died, I noticed one thing. When he read the card, and he said, my administration instructed me to call on certain reporters. He called Kelly O'Donnell from NBC News. That showed me that Joe Biden is not running this country. Is this Chief of Staff Ron Klainman running this country? We know Kamala Harris is not. So who's making the final decisions when it comes to Afghanistan, the economy, illegal immigration, all these issues that are coming together at one time? Or was Joe Biden the man who was picked or selected to preside over the downfall of America? This is extremely sad to look at. A man who was feeble. We will all get to his age. And some of us would wish that we were in the condition of Joe Biden. But as of today, he is an incompetent president. And everybody knows it. He was put in that seat by the mainstream media, the corporate structure, because they did not like President Trump's mean tweets and his attitude. This is what they have given us. A man who refuses to ask questions, like today. A man who doesn't have the grasp of issues. A man who gave away a list to the Taliban of American citizens and Afghans. And those who are left behind will possibly be slaughtered by the Taliban or ISIS-K. Joe Biden should not be in the White House. There are even more people who are even more scared that Kamala Harris may take over. Should the 25th Amendment be used against Joe Biden? Or should he even be impeached for what he has done so far as president? I believe it'll never happen. Because those in power, those in an establishment, love what's happening right now. They are in control. They will make their money. But they can care less about what happens to the average American. And I believe Joe Biden could care less too. I want to thank you for listening to this quick take on Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.